Your question will be recorded for all posterity if you have a question.
Hi, Stuart.
Yes.
I did have a question. You've mentioned on other occasions about how we can put 5, 10, 15, or 20% of attention somewhere. Could you clarify that? What do you mean by that?
Well, look, uh, the main attention has to be in the third chakra, right below the navel. As I've said at least 1,000 times since I started doing these online, that is the core of the center. But if you want to draw energy, and you have to draw energy through the sexual area to the base of the spine, you can bring 5 to 10% of your attention there. And, it's like playing a one-man band, you have to be centered in what you're doing, and then you can improvise a little bit. So you bring 10% of your attention, and that will draw the energy, through the sexual area to the base of the spine. That energy that is drawn through the sexual area will activate Kundalini. But by bringing 5, 10%, maybe even 15%, to the base of the spine, that will give you the strength to draw the energy through the sex to the base of the spine. Because the whole purpose of this is to activate Kundalini. But if you activate Kundalini without being grounded inside, I don't recommend doing that, you can do that with LSD, for God's sake, and just burn yourself alive, literally, But to do it in a healthy way, you have to be grounded inside. Then you draw the energy through the sex. And just bringing 10% of your attention to the base of it will do that. If you want the heart to open, you don't need to bring your attention there. You just feel gratitude. It's the fastest, quickest way to open the human heart. And we all have something to be grateful for, everyone. Otherwise, we wouldn't be alive. There's something in the world we are grateful for. If you want the throat to open, all you have to do is swallow. That will open the throat chakra. And by keeping your attention below the navel, the mind becomes quiet, and then it can truly receive the knowledge, the wisdom, the teachings that the universe is dying to give us. Not intellectual knowledge and not rational mindset knowledge, but knowledge that emanates from the core of the universe, from what's infinite in the universe. Every great book was written because of that knowledge. The Bible, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, the Ramayana, the Quran, every great book came from that place. And as I've said a million times, when Bach was dying, and all the people were lamenting and crying, and he just looked at them and said, "Why are you upset? I'm just going to where the music comes from." That when I read that, it just brought such a smile on my face because it was so profound. I'm going to where the music comes from. Why are you upset? So what I'm saying is we need to be grounded, but then each chakra needs to open as well. That allows the energy to flow through our entire system, the Shakti, the higher energy. And that flow of energy strengthens the chakra system and develops a spiritual life inside a human being. And one day we all go to where the music comes from, but we also can live with that music every day, that higher energy, if we have built a system inside us that's strong enough to do it. Does anyone else have a question?
Oh, before you move on, so I got this clear for me. So right now I'm in the Hara. I'm going to be mostly in the Hara. If I want to go down, say 10 or 15% to the Kundalini, it's like a thread of consciousness then, a thread, like this, but mostly in the horror.
No. Look, Tony, you don't tear the consciousness. You're focusing at, you're focusing at two places at the same time. That's all you're doing. You're not ripping your consciousness. This is not brutalist meditation. You're just focusing in two places at the same time.
Mm.
And we all can do that. I mean, that's not a big deal. We can do that. When you do two different activities in the world, you're focusing on two activities at the same time. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I mean, if somebody plays the piano, I tried to learn the piano. One of the hardest things to learn is how to play with both hands. You got to be in two places at the same time. So you have to eventually learn how to focus that way so that you're playing with both hands. And this is no different. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I always wanted to learn the piano, but I never had time to learn it. And I always regretted when I was a kid, we used to have a piano in the house and I was all into sports and this and no, I don't want to. They always offered to give me lessons, my family. And I thought, oh, no, I'm into basketball, so I never, but I always wanted to learn that, but it never came about. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? So tomorrow will be the last class of this year, and I'm hoping you all can attend it. And I just want to tell you, you might be getting tired of this, but I'm here not as a guru. I'm really here as a student of God and life, and every one of you being present in these classes is teaching me so much about what I have to do to grow spiritually, that I just feel an infinite amount of gratitude for this and for what this year has brought. This has been a very hard year. And this year has brought great miracles. And I just can't tell you how grateful I am. And I just kid around, you turn the television on, all you hear is negative. I come here and look at this monitor and I see bright, beautiful faces of people whose eyes are twinkling and there's gratitude in their hearts and there's love inside them. And what a way to end the year. I mean, it's fantastic, it's extraordinary. So God bless you all. And there'll be class tomorrow evening. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in class tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Stuart.
Stuart. God bless you.
Thank you very much.